Guys, do subscribe the Gate Hunt and press the bell icon to receive notifications on latest jobs updates, Gate talks and video lectures on Gate and IES.
Hello guys, welcome to this 6th lecture of ethics in engineering profession. So guys, till now in second chapter we have discussed about values, about human values and about values in engineering. So today we will be discussing about some miscellaneous topics related to values. So what are these topics that we are going to discuss today are: first one is hierarchy of values, second one is holistic competence, third one is difference between values and morals, and the fourth one is terminal values versus instrumental values. Guys, first of all let's talk about hierarchy of values. So guys, this hierarchy of values was given by Mr. Abraham Maslow. So he said that values are in hierarchy. So it is like this. Okay. So almost everybody will have the values which are at the bottom, but to have the values which are at the top is very rare. So at the bottom we have psychological needs or values, and then we have safety needs or values, and then third one we have belongingness needs or values, and then we have esteem needs, and at the top we have self actualization. So guys, this psychological needs or values means food, water, rest, warmth and sex. So about these things we have our needs, and about these needs we have our values. So for some people food is very important, and for getting tastier food they can travel many kilometers, whereas there may be other people who would not be willing even to walk 100 meters for the sake of food. So for example, at point 1 you are getting normally tasty food, and if you walk 100 meter then you will get really tasty food. So there are some people who will not walk that extra 100 meter. So here we are observing two different values about food. One person is willing to walk kilometers and another is not even walking 100 meters. So similarly, people have values about water, rest, warmth and sex. So for some people sex is very important, but for others it is very insignificant. So all these things comes under our physiological needs or values. Guys, moving on, the second type of need is safety needs or values. So it means our values about safety and security, and this belongingness needs means our needs for friends. Guys, moving upwards, the fourth type of value or need is esteem needs. So esteem needs means prestige and self-respect. So there are some people for whom prestige is very important, but the people for whom this prestige and self-respect is important, such people are less in number. And why they are less in number? As you know, as you can see, values are hierarchical. At the bottom, whatever values are shown about these aspects, almost everybody has values. So for almost everybody, this food, water, rest, warmth and sex is important. So as everybody has physiological needs, and therefore they will have values about physiological needs. So once our physiological needs are satisfied, then we think about our safety and security, and once our physiological needs and safety needs are satisfied, then we think about our belongingness, and once our this belongingness needs are satisfied, then we reach to the esteem needs. So most of the people reach up to this belongingness needs only. Their intellectual and physical resources gets consumed just in fulfilling their physiological needs, safety needs and belongingness needs. So they don't even think about their esteem needs, and there is hardly anybody who reaches up to the value of self-actualization. Maslow himself said I have not been able to identify even a single person who has reached this level of self actualization. So hardly anybody reaches this level of self actualization. So if people don't reaches this level, they will have no idea about that, and if they have no idea about that, then they will be having no value about that. So this is what Abraham Maslow said, that there is hardly anybody who reaches up to self-actualization. So this self-actualization can also be termed as enlightenment. So the people like Krishna, Jesus, or Muhammad, or Osho, or only those type of people have been known to reach this level of self actualization. Guys, moreover, the Maslow said that to reach to the higher level, the lower level of values must be satisfied first. So one can't directly reach to self actualization. First of all, he will have to satisfy his lower needs, but within a particular level there might be many things, so all those things may not be satisfied. So like within this physiological level, you have this need of sex also. So but even without satisfaction on this aspect, you can move to the higher level. But the point is that whatever needs are there at the lower level, some minimal satisfaction should be there, and then only you can move to the higher level. Guys, moving on, now let's talk about the second topic, that is difference between morals and values. So the first point in morals is that morals are given to us by others, that is by society, whereas in case of values we form our own values. Here be clear that when we form our values, it doesn't mean that we are not getting any input from outside. We do get input from outside, but finally we decide that what is our value. Moving on, the second point under morals is that as morals are given by the society, so morals have more social values. That is, whatever morality you have, if you are more concerned about morals, society will respect you more. But if you are more concerned about your own values, and if your values are in contradiction with the morals given by society, then obviously you will be in more and more trouble. Moving on, the third point about morals, it says that morals leads to trouble-free life, whereas values need not lead to trouble-free life. So it is not necessary that your values will take you towards a trouble-free life. So if your values are in contradiction with the morals given by society, then you may face many troubles. Moving on, the fourth point about morals says that morals changes slowly. So it is obvious that because whole society is involved, morals are framed by the society, so obviously the changes will be slow, whereas these values can change faster as only an individual is involved. So this comparison that values can change faster and morals changes slowly, so this comparison is with respect to morals only. But be clear that if we have to compare values with belief and attitude, then as we have discussed earlier, that then compared to belief and attitude, values will change slowly, because among this belief, attitude and values are deeply entrenched. Guys, moving on, now let's talk about the third topic, that is holistic competence. So what does this holistic means? It means whole or complete. So holistic competence means technical skills, that is hard skills, plus positive emotional skills, which are also called soft skill. So if a person is having both this technical skill and positive emotional skill, then we can say that he is the complete human being and he is having this holistic competence. So last year there was a question of differences between this hard skill and the soft skill in IAS. So we will discuss about that question later on. After completing all the lectures, we will be discussing the previous year questions of this subject. So this positive emotional skills means communication skills, seeing positive side and no anger. So we can say a person to be a complete human being only if if he is having both these technical skills and this positive emotional skill. So for example, there is a car mechanic and he is very sound in his technical skills. He knows very much about repairing of cars, but he doesn't have positive emotional skills. That is, he can't understand the emotions of the customers which are coming to him. So we can't say that he is a complete mechanic, and we can't say that he is a complete human being. So his value to society will keep on decreasing. So from here we can say that for being valuable to society, we should have the holistic competence. Guys, our brain is divided into two parts. So this is the left side of our brain and this is the right side of our brain. So this left side is used by us for mathematics, logic, language and reasoning, whereas this right side is used by us for emotions and to get an idea of space around us. And guys, it is said that whatever education system we have got throughout the world, mostly it stimulates the left portion of our brain. It means the education system is not giving us sufficient opportunity to use our right brain, that is our emotional skills or our soft skills don't develop much by the education system provided to us. Guys, now let's talk about various benefits of this holistic competence. So the first benefit of holistic competence is benefit to self as well as society. So it is beneficial for us as well as for the prosperity of society. Moreover, we can reach higher skill level if we are having both technical as well as emotional skills, that is holistic competence, at the same time. So for example, if there is a person who is expert in repairing simple cars and moreover he is having positive emotions, then one day it is possible that he might achieve hard skills of repairing racing cars. Moving on, the third benefit of holistic competence is the benefits which comes from holistic competence, they are long term benefits. So guys, now let's talk about the last topic of this chapter, which is differences between terminal values and instrumental values. So these differences are given by Mr. Rockich. So this Mr. Rockich has divided values into two categories, that is terminal values and instrumental values. So as per Mr. Rockich, terminal values are the values which are the goals which we want to achieve, whereas these instrumental values these are the means which takes us to our goals. So as per Rockich, these following are the terminal values. So these are the goals which we want to achieve in our life. So you need not to remember all these goals, you just have to take, I have written all these 18 values which Mr. Rockich has listed under terminal values. So you just have to take an idea that what are the different goals which a person can have in his life. So these are world at peace, family security, freedom, equality, self-respect, happiness, wisdom, national security, salvation. Salvation means eternal life, and true friendship, then a sense of accomplishment, then inner harmony, which means freedom from internal dilemmas, then a comfortable life, which means prosperous life, and then 14th one is mature love, which means sexual and spiritual intimacy. Then 15th one is a world of beauty. 16th goal can be pleasure. 17th goal of a human being can be social recognition, and 18th goal can be an exciting and stimulating life. Moving on, talking about the instrumental values which Mr. Rockich has listed, these are again 18 values according to him. So if we have these values, then only we can achieve our terminal values, that is life goals. So what are these instrumental values? First one is ambitions, then broad-minded, then capable, cheerful, clean, courageous, forgiving, helpful, honest, imaginative, independent, intellectual, logical, loving, obedient, polite, responsible, and self-control. So you need not to remember all these values. You just have to take an idea that the goals of our life comes under terminal values, and the values which are required to achieve our goals comes under instrumental values according to Mr. Rockich.
Guys, do hit the like button and do subscribe the Gate Hunt and press the bell icon to receive notifications on latest jobs updates, Gate talks and video lectures on Gate and IES.